before you try Project Playtime. Now, this is before you try, not before you buy, because this game is indeed free to play, which is really nice because, hey, there's no excuse not to at least try it if you're someone that is looking for a new asymmetrical game to play. So I wanted to talk about this game and let you know my thoughts on it, whether or not I think it's any good. And also I wanted to mention that Evil Dead videos, because I know people are going to ask. I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about it because I want to talk about this game. But as far as Evil Dead videos go, we'll see about those. I think right now I've kind of just had my fill of Evil Dead, and I'm kind of waiting for the next new game to come out. So here we have Project Playtime is what it's called. It's based on the single player game known as Poppy Playtime, which is kind of similar to Five Nights at Freddy's in the sense that you're like walking around doing things, and then you have a pursuer type enemy, and it's these scary killer toys that are coming after you. And so this is the asymmetrical multiplayer component to that. And this, what you're seeing here, this footage is literally my first game that I played of this. So if I look like a doofus, that's why. But this is literally my first time playing it. And as far as my thoughts on it go, first of all, look at the lighting. Graphically and lighting wise, this game is fantastic. One of the most underrated elements of any good horror game is the lighting. Good lighting makes or breaks the atmosphere in any kind of horror game. So the cool thing about this, and I'm sure it will wear off like any asymmetrical game does, it's scary. It's legitimately scary when you first start playing. And a lot of that is because of the lighting. And then a lot of that is also because of the sound design in this game. The sound design in this game is also awesome. The loud thumping footsteps of the killer is really, really cool. Very scary. There's also just like the music in general is really well done and very like unnerving. So this game is legitimately scary when you first start playing it. Like I said, it probably would wear off if you played it enough, but it is scary and a really fun experience, at least when you're first starting out. As far as like negatives go, well, the most glaring thing about this game is that you cannot pick your role. This is a thing that's like a big deal for a lot of people. Personally, I think there's pros and cons to it. Obviously, the major cons are that if you cannot pick your role and you're somebody who only wants to play one side, this game's probably not going to be for you. If you like playing the Survivor side, then you'll probably enjoy this game because you're going to be playing Survivor most of the time since you can't pick the killer role. If you want to play killer pretty much exclusively, you're going to be in trouble because it's going to be really difficult for you to be able to play that on a regular basis. The positive, and actually before I get to that, I also want to say that makes for a bad experience as far as queue times go, because then people quit. If people want to get killer and they don't get killer, they quit and it ends the lobby. That really stinks. It struggled to find a game just making this video. It took me quite a while to actually find a match. So that stinks. One of the positives, though, of course, is that the game is much more casual. If you're somebody who's not looking for a particularly sweaty experience like Evil Dead wound up being, this game is excellent for just relaxing and just playing something that's kind of fun and entertaining and a little scary. It's also nice because I think that one of the pros of not having roll queue is it really cuts down on toxicity. I think people who only play one side, and I fully acknowledge that I only played Survivor in Evil Dead, but I think that it helps cut down on that tribalism. There's less people going, oh, well, you know, screw the survivors because they're too OP, screw the killers because they're too OP. If you're forced to play in both sides, it really cuts down on that, which is nice. Objective wise, as you can see here, you're tasked with doing 3 different puzzles. One of them is a reactionary puzzle like that, with like that. This one here is another memory type puzzle where right at the end it's going to flash twice and show you the correct sequence, and you got to press all the buttons. And then you got to do that twice, and then that side of the puzzle is complete. And the other one is a very simple piano key with different colors. It's Simon Says, you know, it shows you the order, and you got to do like 5 sequences to finish. Otherwise, it plays pretty much the same. Like, these things act kind of as generators in Dead by Daylight, and it's essentially the same type of goal that Dead by Daylight is. Pretty standard asymmetrical game in that sense. But as you can see or hear, the sound design is awesome. Graphically, the game is fantastic. The game I have seen has some bugs. I haven't ran into any yet on my end, but I have seen that there's been some nasty audio bugs. I think graphically there's been some bugs. This is very, very early access, so just be prepared for that. But I think it is a really fun game, and before you try it, I just want to let you know, like, I think this game's worth at least give it a try. It is a lot of fun. I loved that part in that game. I don't know how that guy didn't see me. That's really funny. But yeah, the game's great. You should definitely give it a try. I don't think it's going to be a game that's going to, you know, long term be something that you want to play for a long time, but it'll probably be fun for like a couple weeks or something like that. And they do have like microtransactions and stuff already. If you're someone who hates that, I'm just letting you know. Games that are in early access that have microtransactions, it even has a full-on battle pass at the moment. So if that's something that annoys you, just watch out. Or if you're somebody who really likes customization and having cosmetics, this game already has quite a bit. Especially, not only do they have the store, but especially because of the battle pass. The battle pass has like 80 or 100 levels, I think, and there's a lot of cosmetics in it, so there's a lot of customization. Obviously you can see here though that you're in first person, so it's difficult to see what you look like. I think there actually is a key you could press to go third person, but I'll have to check that out later. For now though, it's probably more terrifying to play in first person, so if you're somebody who's worried about immersion, maybe stay in first person. But the game is a lot of fun. I do suggest you try it. Again, on the Evil Dead subject, because somebody's going to scroll to the end of this video instead of watching the beginning, we'll see about making more videos on that, but for now I think I've kind of had my fill of that, and we're kind of waiting for like Texas Chainsaw to come out and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Those are kind of the 2 next big asymmetrical games that I'm looking forward to trying. But for now, I'll probably see you on Project Playtime. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you give it a try. I think it's something that's worth at least testing out, see if you like it. But as always, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.